These are 5 skincare mistakes that I see mature women making over and over again. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you what those mistakes are. And the last one silently ages you the fastest, and it's the one that people miss the most. And almost everyone is doing it, including myself. And here's the thing, these aren't complicated fixes. If you miss one of them, your skin just won't improve over time. If we haven't met yet, my name is Kathleen, and I create content for mature women. And I create content really that's around it being effortless looking, not too complicated, and not overdone, that's for sure. I like a very simple makeup look, and I like a very simple, effective skincare routine too. So if that's you, consider subscribing. So mistake number 1 is not being consistent. And I can tell you that I was guilty of that myself. So find a skincare routine that's not complicated, but one that you will do morning and night. And for me, that's really what's been most effective on my skin. So I can just share from experience. But you know, you just need to figure out what skincare issues do you have that need to be addressed, and start there first. So what I would do is I would start using a product and I didn't see a change within a week, and then I would switch to something else, and then I didn't see a change, and then I would just be like, oh, this doesn't work, and just like give up on it. And all it did was make my skin, you know, just look duller and grayer looking. So I can tell you consistency is key. You just have to be very patient with it. And mistake number 2 is not using a skincare system that works for you. So what I would do is I would find some beautiful woman on YouTube, right, and look at her skin and go, oh, I want her skin is beautiful. But that wasn't my skin, that was her skin. And a lot of it has so much to do with genetics and when she started to use a skincare routine. So for me, I really had to stand back and figure out, again, what do I need to do to improve my skin for me, and what actually can be fixed and what cannot be fixed. And I think right away when I started using products on my skin that were lightening my skin and brightening my skin up, that was the thing that was aging me the most. So that's really where I focused a lot of my skincare attention, was there. So think in systems, think in the fewest amount of products that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. That's what works for me, because I'm going to be consistent with that, and I'm going to do it if I'm tired. I'm going to do it if I feel like it's, you know, I want to have like a more of a spa day. I'll still use those products. Maybe I'll add some, like a facial mask on or something like that, but I'm not going to do a 7-care system routine in the morning and then do one at night. It's just, my lifestyle just doesn't call for that. Okay, another one is using products that don't actually do anything for your skin and thinking that you're going to, you know, get some sort of results because you saw some sort of advertisement on it. So do the research. Again, figure out what's going to work for your skin and figure out what problems you need to address for your skin. And if you need to, make an appointment with the dermatologist and have them tell you. So finding products that actually have active ingredients in them, not just something that's just going to lay on the surface of my skin and not do anything. And number 4 is another mistake that I have made, and that's avoid using retinol. And when I started to see the drastic change in my skin, I made an appointment with the dermatologist because I had heard about this miracle cream called Retinol. Went there, got the prescription, and went home, and even though the doctor told me just use a pea size, I was like, well, I need to make up for lost time here. And I went in, and like 3 nights in a row, I used like the size of like a quarter. And by the end of the week, my skin barrier was so destroyed, I couldn't use anything on my skin for like the next 3 weeks. I just had to worry about, like, I couldn't even wash it. That's how bad it got. So follow the directions. Now I just use retinol. I use a prescription strength retinol on my skin. I use it twice a week, right? Along with my other system that I use. And that's what works for me. But do not go in there and thinking that, and it took, I would say it took about 6 months before I started to see an improvement in my skin. But I did see a huge improvement by using retinol. So yeah, so talk about active. Don't go in there like using too much of it, thinking that you're gonna make up for lost time. Just use it as directed and just be patient with it. You will see changes in your skin for the better. And just make sure that you buffer it with some type of moisturizer afterwards, because you're going to get some peeling there, but you don't want to destroy your barrier either. Even if you do everything right up until this point, if you don't do this next one, you're going to be starting from scratch all over again, and that is not using a sunblock SPF on your skin, because you'll just go back out there again, and that will destroy it probably within 2 weeks of just being out in the sun. So, and I think a lot of women, and because I know I work with women and I talk to them all the time about what they use on their skin, and they use like sunblock seasonally, but they don't use it in the winter time. and you know, they have a lot of hyperpigmentation on their skin because of that. So you need to be consistent, and I'm telling you, because I was guilty of that too. Like, I wasn't consistent. I always thought that I could use it on sunny days. I didn't use it on other days. But you just never know what the weather's gonna do, especially if you live in New Jersey. Like, I could get up and go out and it's raining in the morning, and then by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun is out strong. So yeah, just being consistent with a sunblock is key to all of these other things, because if you don't do that, none of the other things are gonna work for you. Or they're gonna work, but you're just gonna destroy it by not wearing sunblock. So yeah, the sun just accelerates aging. I know that it makes us feel really good. I know I love being out in the sun, and it's good for you. It produces vitamin D. But, you know, use the sunblock, and then if you really like the way it makes you look, use the self tanner. They work great. I have a couple that I use, especially on my face, and then I have one that I use on my body. I'll leave them linked down below in case you're interested, but they work amazing. So just do that instead. So here's the thing, be consistent, a system that works for your skin, not somebody else's skin, not somebody else's skin who doesn't look anything like yours. Just find one that works for you. Use retinol the right way, and protecting your skin daily. And these things will all make a huge difference in your skin. So not right away, but with some time, you will definitely see improvements with your skin. At least that's been my experience. So tell me in the comments, which one of these things are you realizing that you're doing? Because I know for me, I was doing all of them. So anyway, I hope you gained some value from this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video, everyone. Bye-bye.